All right. Hello, everyone. Looks like I'm live. Hello. Hope you're all doing well. Always excited to be here with you on Tarot Tuesdays. If you could do me a favor before we start, please hit that thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithms and getting my channel out there to as many people as possible. And please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Um, Next goal is to hit 7,000 subscribers. Once we do, I will be giving a free Reiki session and a free reading away for a giveaway. So today's show, we're going to be doing politics. So if we have any political world event questions, you can go ahead and write them in all caps. A couple heart emojis kind of helps it stand out, and we'll get to as many questions as possible today. Hello, everyone. Let me just say hello real quick. Hi, Thankful, Zach, Nancy H, Gail, Aries Wanderer, Karen, Martha, Karen, Luis, Patricia, Jean, Rebecca, Debo, hey, Carrie, T-Barb, hello, everyone. Debbie Prusky, Linda, thank you all so much for joining. So before we get started, let me have some announcements that I'd like to make. Tomorrow is our members live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anyone that may be interested in joining, it's a really fun group. We do a weekly video, and we kind of are a little loose with it. We've done mini personal readings, like to do monthly energy reads, weekly energy reads. It's always fun to do a collective group Reiki session as well. So if that sounds like fun for you, please consider joining us. We'd love to have you. You also will get discounts on readings and Reiki sessions, and also I do monthly giveaways for a reading or Reiki session for my members. So I do have a couple openings this week and more next week. If anybody's interested in a Reiki healing session or a reading, you can email me at kevinlovingvibrations@gmail.com or text me at 440-376-4088. I have all that information in the description box of these videos, and if that's something you want to inquire or schedule, please feel free to reach out. I've been thinking about, brainstorming with the channel a little bit, so I have some fun ideas in the works. I am going to start doing Tarot Tuesdays as a solo weekly show for political world event questions. And me and Deanna are going to still work together. We're going to alternate every other week off of each other's channels and maybe switch it up a little bit, do some political one week, maybe some personals the next. So really excited about that. I think I might also adjust the time on Tuesdays. I think I might do like 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. So next week it might be an hour later than what it usually is. I'm just seeing how that kind of goes. And see, we got a lot of good questions coming in. And then I think just lastly, I think the plan is to be on Mel's channel this Thursday night. And next Monday, I will be on Deanne's channel. I think we're going to do some political readings. So, all right. Oh, everyone's so sweet. Thank you all for joining me. It's always so much fun to be here with you all. All right. Got some good questions going on. I haven't watched the news too much lately, so I don't know if there's really a whole lot going on. I think it's wonderful that Biden went to Ukraine. I think it was at the year mark since the Russian invasion, and I know that Putin's not very happy that he gave a speech. I think he had a speech planned today too, taking away some of, some of his spotlight. Sorry, you guys, I'm trying to talk and start questions. All right, we got a couple here. Yeah, I was just talking about that, sweetie darling Lulu. You must be on the same wavelength. Yeah, Putin is not very happy. All right. All right. Well, I guess we can go ahead and get started, you guys. The first question is, will we be done with the Electoral College within 10 years? All right, let me see. I don't know if it's 10 years. It feels like yes, but around that time. So I would say within the next decade, it feels like there may be a shift from the electoral college vote more to a popular vote. I'm not going to do a full thread, but I'll just throw a couple cards on it. Yeah, I missed his speech in Poland. Um, he did that earlier today, correct? Yeah, I can just feel Putin is not very happy. His ego's a little hurt. Oh, interesting. I definitely feel like there's a push. Could be 10 years feels like it might be um, a good estimate in time, but we have the chariot, which is, there's movement and momentum coming in with this and victory. And it feels like there's a woman behind this. I've often said that I feel like, maybe Kamala will take over for Biden's term and maybe start pushing that, but we got a female. This could also be, a judge coming in to dismantle that. And then we have the Queen of Rods. So really fiery, really smart, intellectual energy. Maybe a woman really making a lot of inroads for this is what I'm feeling. I do definitely feel like at some point um, we'll be done with the electoral college. Timing's always a little bit of an issue, but I think that within 10 years is a good estimate of time. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you so much for the question, T Barb. All right. Oh, yeah, I want to read on that. All right, cool. And Carrie G says, what are your thoughts on Biden's visit with Zelensky? Does it help or does it hinder? Well, I think it's helpful in some ways. Definitely like that morale and that unity with us and a lot of the NATO countries helping with Ukraine and really making that stance, that firm stance that we are supporting with you against Putin's aggression. I do think in some aspects though it may with Putin I feel like he's really upset about it. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some escalations um, on the Russian side. But ultimately, like I've said all along, Putin won't win in the long run. So I feel like it's more of a help rather than a hinder. But I do think that there may be some Russian escalation, more aggression because of this. That's kind of my feelings. And kind of talking about that, how much longer do I see the invasion of Ukraine going on? Let's see, just give me one moment. Well, thank you so much, Sacred Hag. Thank you all so much. You're all so sweet. All right. So let's see. Timing's always the hardest. I've said March feels like a huge month, and I'm feeling that here in the U.S. Um, I feels like it's Trump related, or the Republican Party. Um, not so much, not a lot of good light coming out on them. But I also feel like the war in Ukraine and Putin, something significant happening in March. I think it's going to be a while before the invasion's completely over. Not like years. I feel like by summertime things are kind of de-escalating is what I'm feeling. Yes, the Ides of March. I even feel like after Putin's gone, um, whether he passes or he goes into hiding, because I definitely feel like he's taken out one way or another, but and soon. But I feel like there's still going to be disputes over the territory in Ukraine for a little while, but it feels like things de-escalate. Take this with a grain of salt. Timing's always a little difficult. Okay. As I was shuffling, I had the Justice card coming out, and that's, you know, returning to balance, that equilibrium, stabilizing. Um, you know, that the fighting kind of coming to balance, almost like a truce is made at some point. And the number 11 with this Justice card is really standing out to me. Like I said, it feels like summertime things are starting to de-escalate. Maybe maybe the war being over towards the end of the year or beginning of next year, it kind of feels like. But I get Ukraine's going to be victorious with this Ace of Swords. Yeah, there's a lot of mysteries and unknowns. Um, could also be some secrets on the Russian sides coming out beforehand, especially. Um, Obviously, the devastation, all the death and everything, so tragic. But also, too, this is like all about rebirth. So, the changing of cycles where the fighting kind of stops and then comes the rebuilding. It feels like it's more towards summer things kind of de-escalate, and then you know later part this year, early next year is what I'm kind of feeling. Um, the invasion being over, maybe a little bit of infighting about territories afterwards, um, but I ultimately see Ukraine regaining all of its territories and being victorious after all. All right. And thank you so much, Debo. Yeah, I want to look more into this. Thank you for the question, Laura. She says McCarthy has given Fox News and Tucker Carlson all of the January 6th videos. What is he going to do with it all? And yeah, I think it's ridiculous too that if he was going to release the footage to the media, he should have released it to everybody and not just Fox News. But I think that just tells you they have a plan to discredit what actually happened. Discredit the threat to our democracy. It's just disgusting. unfortunately, I don't feel like it's anything illegal, but it's definitely unethical. All right, let's see. Well, this plan I don't see working out in the long run. I think most people at this time already know what the narrative is and what actually happened on January 6th. It feels like they're trying to change the narrative. It's the big plan that they have. With the Page of Wands, it's all about that communication, um, and it's like their last hurrah, their last hope to kind of change people's minds. But yeah, they're going away in disgrace. A partnership McCarthy and Fox made, but I see overall this is that grief and disappointment in them. People, the world has seen what's happened and like that insurrection, that fight that came together there. So I don't think anything significant is actually going to come from this. I think it's pretty wrong, and it's all about trying to change the narrative, is what I'm feeling. But it's not going to work. Let's see what. Yeah, I know, Rebecca. Like I said, it's not going to work. Yeah, they'll cherry pick the footage. Thank you. Thank you, Kelly. Cherry picking the footage, say nothing to see here, or to try to change the narrative. Like I said, people know what happened that day. I mean, there's some people that might be oblivious to it in the MAGA end of the Republican Party, but the Republicans see the writing on the wall. They know that they're in deep trouble, so anything to do to kind of change that narrative or help them out, that's what they're going to try to do. They always have these sneaky tricks, but they better get the cat fight of Bobert and MTG in the bathroom. All right. I just got a new computer. I don't hate it, but it's a little bit slower than my other ones. So thankful to have my own computer now, though. Let's look at this. I hadn't heard of that. Yonique says, "Hi Kevin, is Elon Musk and Rupert Murdoch up to no good being seen together at the Super Bowl?" Throw a couple cards on it. Let's see. Were they sitting together at the Super Bowl? I feel like they were. They were definitely up to something, but I don't know if I feel like it's like a huge plan. Yes, thank you. Yeah, they were up to something. We have the Two of Cups here representing them. That's their partnership, crossed by the High Priestess. So, secrets, trying to keep things in the dark. It's really interesting because the energy feels like, like maybe there was a bit of a back and forth between the two of them, not coming to an agreement. And there's some heartache crossing the reading too. Something that they're very anxious and scared of coming out. And even there's like death and defeat here. Really interesting seeing those two cards together. But yeah, there is some kind of group work. It feels like they were coming together on things that they've worked on in the past, some past deals that they were looking for. And it feels like, their partnership to get money for like the Republican Party. So it feels like there is definitely something there. I don't know how serious it is, but I think it was like getting back together and discussing some of the plans that they've made in the past. It does feel like a little bit of a disagreement between the two of them, though, too. There's a lot of conflict and defeat in these cards, too. So I don't know. Oh, that could be it, Rebecca. Twitter not sharing all the negative things coming out about Fox with like the Dominion. Yeah, there was definitely some kind of plan there, though. But something that's been in the works for a while between the two of them, kind of like a partnership that the two have made. Sterling Roses, I don't think McCarthy sharing that video footage is why he's leaving his position. Feels like it's much bigger than that. They're up in the skybox together. Thank you. Yes, everyone, please hit the thumbs up. Thank you all for joining. All right, I think I'm caught up in my start questions. All right, you guys. I'm not familiar with her, but we can take a look. Mena asks, what do you see for Christina Cuomo, elected chair for the Michigan Republicans? Christina Cuomo. Is she like, she's chair of the Republican Party in the state of Michigan? She's a nightmare. Okay. Well, I wasn't picking up the best vibes from her, but not surprising. Yeah, Kelly, I don't think Murdoch's going to be around for much longer. I didn't get a strong hit of him passing, like some other people, but I mean, I don't typically like to look at when somebody's going to pass anyway, unless it just comes through that way. But I mean, how old is Murdoch anyway? He doesn't feel like he's in good health. And I'm being drawn to the chest area too, like the heart. So. All right, Christina Cuomo. Well, I feel like obviously she's very corrupt. I don't know much about her, but Seven of Swords crossing the reading is never a good sign. Somebody up to something sneaky, and I do get something about money and maybe their funding in the state of Michigan, the Republican Party, like taking some money. There's giving, but also receiving some, and getting a little bit of backlash where she really has to defend herself over, you know, the money, the money that she took, her lifestyle that is funded by it. There's that work. It feels like, yeah, Republican Party money coming in that she's maybe misappropriated. Um, I'm assuming that they vote for elected chair. Yeah, I feel like she's in for a little while, but I feel like a man's coming in after her with this King of Wands. Was she just elected in? Does anybody know? Because I feel like there's some backlash, maybe some information coming out about taking money. I feel like it's always taking money with these Republicans, but yeah, having to defend herself. I just heard bribe when I saw this card too, so like a bribe being given. She's a MAGA election denier. Doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I feel like she's going to be replaced with a man at some point. I don't think it's right away, but yeah, definitely some kind of scandal coming up with her. Feels like maybe sometime even this summer. All right. All right, you guys. I'm not going to read too deep on this. I feel like I do every week, but yes, 45 will be indicted, Sacred Hag, and it feels very, very soon. I know we all keep saying that. It's very hard to pinpoint the energy, but of the timing, I mean. But I feel very soon. Um, it feels like it could even like be like towards the end of this month. March feels huge, and I feel like once he's indicted for something, it's like I'm feeling like an initial boom, and then afterwards like boom, 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 boom. So more and more indictments from all the investigations. I think I think a lot of them are kind of waiting on who's going to be the first person to act, and once that first person acts, it's like multiple things coming up. But yes, I know it's hard to. We all want it to happen now, and our legal system's just so slow. But all I can tell you is what I feel, and I feel yes, very soon. All right, Sterling Roses says I haven't read on the Eugene Carroll case in a while. All right, sorry. So when 45 gets convicted for the E. Jean Carroll case, will they take him away right then and there? Um, well, the Eugene Carroll case is a defamation case, correct? It's more, it's not like it's a criminal case because it's past the statute. Unless I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. Is it a civil case? Because it's defamation, correct? Yeah. So he won't get locked up from that. And like I've told you guys, sadly, I don't feel Trump ever serving jail, probably because of health issues and him not being around long term. But I feel like for Trump too, the worst thing that could happen for him in his egotistical mind is losing all his power and all of his money, his legacy crumbling before his eyes. His ego couldn't handle that, and maybe that, with the stress associated with that, is why I don't see him around too much longer. Um, like in the next year or two. But I feel like, yeah, I think Eugene Carroll's going to win that civil case. I feel like she's going to get some money. Breaking news: Grand jury, 4 women recommends indictment. Hold on. Not asked for list. I'm not sure what that is, but keep me posted, you guys. Oh, Fulton County grand jury is recommending multiple indictments. See, you guys, talk about indictments, and then you get the big breaking news, right? They haven't actually indicted, but they're recommending indictments, and they will indict. Thank you so much, Mountain Dancer. Blessings, my friend. Yeah, I feel like with the Eugene Carroll case, I'm not going to throw cards on it, but I think it is a civil case, and I feel like um, you know they'll come to there'll be a settlement amount that Trump has to pay her. I don't see him winning that case. All right. Rebecca wants to know, will the summer of 23 be filled with fires out west? Yes, I'm sorry to say. I do see a lot of fires, droughts. Um, for me, I felt this last year too, but like the fires going out more east than what they normally are with the, Colorado, Montana, that kind of area. But I do feel a lot of fires. I still see a lot of water coming in, a lot of flooding, lots of storms. It's just a part of our reality with the climate change and Mother Earth coming in and rebalancing, and it's almost like purging a lot of things. I feel like fires are very cleansing in that kind of aspect. Yeah, it's a part of our cycle for right now, unfortunately, you guys. Yeah, and with this too, I'm feeling like heading more to the east, but it's part of our cycle that's coming in right now, and a lot of money and help having to be given together. But this is also the card of community. So, in some aspects, it may actually even be like the universe's way of getting us to all to come together to set our differences aside to be a strong community. Um, to get past the stuff that's not important, to really come together. But this is a card of like help coming out. Yeah, there's 10 of Swords at the bottom, so yeah, I do think it's going to be another bad year with the fires and a lot of the disasters. Well, I hadn't heard that, Aries Wanderer. I did hear that there was a factory in Oakwood Village, like around Bedford, that just blew up. Catherine, I feel like more of the earthquakes are going to be in the Gulf regions and on the Atlantic side, maybe even South Florida. So what I'm feeling, I'm not picking up the western part of Florida so much, but last year with Hurricane Ian was one of my predictions, but it kind of, from where I was seeing the trajectory of it, it kind of changed because they're very unpredictable. I'm not feeling one on the Gulf side of Florida this year. Um, I could be wrong with that, but it feels more like it's into the Gulf region and then on the eastern side of Florida is what I'm picking up. Even like I feel like if the Florida Keys maybe being hit again. Oh, that's interesting, Sterling Roses. Could even be a storm, a hurricane hitting, um, was it like Texas, Louisiana in that area. Feels more like Texas to me though, and like kind of coming up inland. I think a lot of flooding with that in some of those states after it kind of turns into a storm inland. Right. Phoenix Rise says, is China helping Russia by working behind the scenes with Iran or Turkey or another country? I told you guys with the balloons and stuff like that, I was picking up a big Russia connection between China and Russia, like a partnership between the two of them. I don't see them helping out publicly because I think China's really nervous about um, their own economy and being sanctioned, or all the trade deals with China in the world coming to an end. I don't see them taking that risk right now, but I think behind the scenes, yeah, they're definitely sending some kind of um, there's some assistance there with China and Russia in their war. But I see a lot of that coming out to the surface too. So their intent is to do it behind the scenes. I don't see that working. I feel like they're giving them some resources. I don't feel weapons, but some kind of resources to help Russia. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sterling Roses. Um, I don't see them distributing Putin's money after he passes to the Russian people or the Ukrainian people. Sorry to say, but I feel like a lot of the oligarchs are going to actually get hit huge and have, and a lot of that money is going to go to help Ukraine rebuild. Lindy says, will part of the settlement with Fox News um, be having all of them admit on air on their show that they lied? I don't think I don't think they'll say that they lied. I think that they may try to, kind of dance around it nonchalantly, you know, um, but I don't see them really taking a whole lot of accountability. I see as a result of this, and I've said this before, a lot of changes with Fox News and um, you know a lot of their hosts having to leave, and then really kind of rebranding Fox as not such an extremist fake news channel and more into the center. I think they're still going to lean a little bit red and conservative, but trying to get away from a lot of the MAGA ideology. It would be a great idea though, but yeah, I see them kind of dancing about that. Yeah, I do think Kennedy, Carlson especially, I think both of them are going to get the axe. All right, you guys. Debo, she wants to know if during the Dominion Fox lawsuit that a lot of the hosts will be exposed that they took money, um, Russian money. I do see that coming out, but I don't feel a connection between the Dominion lawsuit and it feels more like in the fall time of this year is when a lot of that Russian dark money to Republicans and to promote that kind of narrative comes out. Feels like fall time it's starting to be exposed, and then into next year, I feel like a lot of legal things coming up with that, a lot of legal cases that are going to take some time. But I don't get a connection with the Dominion lawsuit in that. I think it will come out from other ways. Jay Roberts, I've seen her post this a couple times. She said they voted to decriminalize marijuana in Dayton, Texas, and they won. Now the city does not agree and are changing our vote. What do you see happening? Was this a statewide thing or was it just a city thing? Because wouldn't it have to be voted on by the state to change the laws? I definitely feel like there's a fight about it. Yeah, I definitely see it turns into a fight. Jay Roberts, I feel like I think eventually that will get passed, but I do feel like it's a bit of a delay at the moment in them kind of coming in and fighting it. Um, and there might be a loss to that case at first, but eventually I do get some success in. Yeah, I mean, this is like victory after the battle, feeling tired. It's going to be a long fight, I feel, but eventually there's success there. I definitely see a lot of legal challenges with that. I read about the tapes earlier on the show. I feel like it's an issue though because it was it on the state ballot for the whole state or just that city, and maybe that's where the issue's coming in with it. I get success eventually, but I feel like it's going to take a couple years. All right. All right. Lily Girl says, will either Eric or Laura Trump experience any direct blowback from their involvement with Trump's criminal activity? Laura is on Fox all the time spewing lies. I don't feel, Laura Trump's coming up with, it feels like I don't feel like she's going to be charged with anything, but I mean, Laura Trump's really kind of coming through, maybe being very seriously investigated, I feel like. Eric, I don't feel like is going to, get in trouble for his father's administration, but it feels like there's a lot of, fines for the business, and I see him losing all of the Trump money, or properties and all of that. I feel like are going to be seized at some point. But there's something more with Laura Trump that's coming out. You're welcome, Jay Roberts. Yeah, they end up penniless. Five of Pentacles of poverty. I almost wonder too if Eric Trump at some point will decide to leave the country and go somewhere else in the world, because we have the Six of Swords, which is often like the refugee card, or there's going on a boat over water, and next to the World card, so maybe willing to relocate. I do get that there's some justice. There's a lot of information coming out, a lot of losses for them. It's going to take some time though. We have things coming into balance. This is a card of patience, crossing it. It's going to be a couple years, I think, before things really come out about them. After investigating their his father. But yeah, something more serious, I think, coming out with Laura Trump is what I'm feeling, and them having to defend themselves. Feels like almost like an abuse of power that they're investigating. I've never felt Eric going to jail, but I feel like all the money is gone. I mean, they don't really have a whole lot of money to begin with. It's all from bank loans and stuff. Oh yes, sending a lot of love and light to Jimmy Carter and his family right now too. It's very sad. Let me see. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Blessings. Oops. I do feel a hot summer coming up. Again, Sacred Hag. Yeah, and I'm getting a big yes with the pendulum too. I think it depends on your location. Um, I definitely feel like a lot of heat, um, and it being very dry, like in the west. It does feel like even some of the New England states are a little bit hotter than usual too. So I think it's going to be a bit more of a brutal um, summer. Sorry to say. I'm feeling more drawn to the west, but it also feels like it's maybe a little bit strangely warmer up in the New England states. All right, you guys. Yeah, I think it's going to be really hot in the Pacific Northwest. Absolutely. And isn't there a big snowstorm happening up in the Northwest? I think it's coming down this way too. I've Even though it's been at least here in Ohio, it's been really kind of weird back and forth. We haven't gotten a lot of snow, probably like the last month, but and even like I think last week there was a day it was almost 60 degrees out, which is unheard of in February. But I do feel like there's still like another significant big winter storm that goes across the United States, and then more of a minor one as well. Yeah, we got good wrench holders here, Lily. All right. Yeah, that was my feeling too, Earth Mama. If you're talking about the Texas city that passed that marijuana legislation, I think that's why it's being fought. Mm, yeah, and I heard that it was going through in Minnesota. Yeah, I know that it's supposed to snow here. I'm up around Cleveland, Ohio, but I don't think it's supposed to be massive, so it's probably more north. All right, just see. almost at an hour, you guys, so I'm probably going to wrap up. Let's take a look at Josh. I can't speak today. Josh Hawley. I don't feel like Josh Hawley is going to be reelected. I feel like he's one of the. Feels like there's more people in the House that get in trouble for January 6th, but I definitely feel like him, Ron Johnson's coming through really clearly, being in some trouble because of their participation in it. Mr. Run Holly Run, yes. And I know that there's somebody that on the Democratic side that's running against him and kept on showing that video on his advertisement of him running on at the Capitol. I definitely feel him leaving. When's Hawley up for re-election? Didn't he just get voted in, or is he up in 2024? Yeah, Lance, the U.S. Marine, is the one that I was talking about, Karen, that was playing those ads. 2024, thank you. Yeah, I see him leaving, you guys. He's definitely got some changes, and I don't know if I feel indictments. I feel I would say that I do feel he's going to be indicted rather than not. I don't know if that's going to come of any jail time with him, but I feel like right now he's like celebrating, thinking that he got away with what he did. But justice is looming, and he's going to be disappointed afterwards. He's trying his best to hold on, trying to hold on to the control and the power. But there obviously definitely is. We have Trump and the sneaky plans, and the insurrection. There's a connection between all of them. He's chained with the devil here, and then he's got the death card with it too. So I think his past deals that he's made, being enslaved to the devil, to Trump, is going to be his downfall, bringing like the death of his career. Feels like possibly out in the future there could be an indictment, is what I'm feeling, like a little further out. But I don't see him winning re-election. Could almost be too, where I feel like he might be primaried out. Yeah, isn't that a lovely combination, the death card and the devil card for Hawley? All right, you guys. Well, I always enjoy our Tuesday Tarot Tuesdays. I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to end with a message for our group, everybody watching, a collective message. I pulled a postcard from our spirit guides over like the energy for the next week, any insight or guidance that they have for us. And our message is, you are magical. There's a little mermaid on here. And they want us all to know, dear you are in such good shape right now that we're all doing a happy dance. In this moment, you have the power to make a choice to get with spirit and co-create a miracle. You may wonder where this is all going, but if you want to manifest your desires for the highest good, you need to stay focused on the now. All power is in the present moment. Ask yourself, what are your dominant thoughts now? What beliefs are you motivated by? Do you have clarity right now? How is your conscious contact with the divine? Are you plugged in, or are you trying to do life all by your small self? Get rid of negative energy now. Resentments be gone. Forgiveness and love enter, please. You can do your life beautifully and co-create the beautiful or the most powerful future right now, right here, right now, in this moment. Aren't you thrilled to know you have a huge cheering section over here? Love and hugs always. And that's a wonderful message, I think, for us to kind of end on. You know, we're talking about politics, which a lot of it's really negative, draining stuff for us. And this is Spirit's way of just saying, focus on the now. We have all of the control and power in the now. Our thoughts are powerful. So seeing this corruption, and it can definitely bring us down energetically, but Spirit's saying to use that as that motivating force to speak your truth and to manifest those changes, that positive outcomes that we want going into our future, not to be bogged down by all the corruption that we've witnessed over the years. So really just being in the present moment. Don't allow that energy to bring you down. I feel like you're watching the news a little bit too much and it's really draining for you. Limit what you watch. So anyways, I'm sending you all a lot of love. I will see you all next week. I'll see you all on Thursday on Mel's channel, I believe. So I'll talk to you all then, and sending you all a lot of love. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.